Hi, this is Andrew Rusnak. I'm the founder of Charlotte Content Marketing, and this is the Charlotte Content Marketing Podcast. Whether you're joining us on YouTube, so you can see my beautiful smiling face, or you're joining us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts so that you can listen to my soothing voice. I want to thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me today. What we're going to talk about is how long does it take for content marketing to start showing results? And are there ways that we can speed up the process or not? So, and we're also going to, I guess, take a look at some of the factors that influence how long it takes, and you know, that can kind of give us an idea of whether or not we can speed up the process or not. Content marketing, well, I'll give you the short answer. Really is that it depends. Okay, so how long it takes depends. And it depends on a number of factors, your competition, what's your competition doing and how long have they been doing it. So more or less how much do we have to try to play catch up just to get to where they're at. Your industry and the types of content that speak to your industry and your customers, what platforms are available, and then also, you know, how we have to craft our overall content strategy, like where we're going to place the content, how much content we need to produce, when and where it's going to be posted, our content calendar, all those kinds of things can factor into it as well. But really, the point that I want to make, and this maybe will help also if you're still unclear as to what content marketing is. Content marketing is a long-term strategy. And the reason it's a long-term strategy is because it's a personalized strategy. Okay, you're using content to build authority with your customers. You're taking a deep dive into your relationship with your customers, and you know, like any kind of meaningful relationship, you know, that takes time. If any of you folks out there who are married or who are in long-term relationships know that in order to really build something of value, it takes time and it takes a lot of effort and consistency and work. So yeah, it's not an overnight kind of thing. It's not like, you know, we can write a blog post or something or write some content for a web page and all of a sudden leads are coming pouring in. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Now I guess you could hit the lottery and maybe, you know, we put up a blog post and it gets a huge amount of traction, and yeah, there you go. But that's a 1 in a million kind of thing. That doesn't happen just based off of one blog post. Now, one blog post as a part of your content marketing strategy, sure, that may be the one that really sets things in motion. But it's one piece of content in and of itself on its own is not going to be the way. So really, content marketing is a long-term investment. And that's why, you know, when you work with us at Charlotte Content Marketing, you know, we take the time to meet with you and understand your needs and more importantly, understand your customers' needs and how we can connect your brand to those needs. All right. So taking a look at timeline. Okay. So this is just a kind of a general timeline. Everybody's situation is going to be different. Every brand that we work with, their needs are different. But so for the first 6 months, what we're really going to be focused on is doing a content audit of your existing content, and then taking a look at what your competition is doing, measuring that against the market that you're in, the industry that you're in, and also taking a look at your customers and the leads that you're trying to attract. But really, that first 6 months of any kind of content marketing campaign is going to be focused on attracting attention, getting an audience from the start. So we're building a foundation upon which all of our other content marketing efforts will be based going forward. And this is also where we're going to create our content marketing strategy and start to implement that. Your content marketing strategy is going to be what types of content do we need? How often are we going to post it? Where are our opportunities to post content, things like that. We're going to get all of that together. And once again, that differs, from industry to industry and brand to brand. At the end of the day, your customers are really going to dictate a lot of these choices. And that's why we have to take the time to meet with you and discuss these things and work very closely with you. If you have a marketing team already, we have to work in tandem with them, or we serve as your de facto marketing team in the interim. But this is also the time as we start implementing things that we're going to focus on our research and also on testing and monitoring the results that we are getting to see where things are paying off, and then also where things could use a little bit more attention, so that we streamline the process going forward and we operate as efficiently as possible, so that we're able to maximize your budget and maximize our efforts to get the results that we're looking for. Now, this is also where we can start looking into, ways to improve lead generation. But once again, what I was saying in the beginning is that lead generation is not going to be the sole focus during that first 6-month period. We're hoping to get leads out, obviously, but we're not trying to go all out with lead generation content at that point in time. This is more building awareness, and again, it's all going to depend on where your brand is in its journey as well. If you're just starting out, then building awareness is absolute necessity at this point. If you're an established brand, then we may have some more leeway. But again, it's just going to depend on your circumstances and your goals. This is also the part of our relationship in which we're going to look for link building opportunities, so we can create content to get that placed on high authority sites, get that content linked back, and this is going to help with our SEO or search engine optimization efforts as well. Now, when we get beyond that first 6 months, and so we're into the 6 to 12 month period, we're going to continue doing all of the things that we were doing within the first 6 weeks. That's not going to change, and that's not going to change, period. But we are going to shift gears a little bit because by that point, we've built awareness, and now we want to start generating demand. This is where if you've got new products or services coming out, we can, work with you to create content, both social media, blog post content, get content put in, published in industry blogs and publications, things like that. Now, this is also a time when we can start exploring new types of content, new formats to expand upon, based on our content pillars that we built within those first 6 months. Basically, your content pillars are the foundational topics that all of your content is going to involve. During this time, we can also start looking into expanding into subscription services or paywall kinds of content, because we've already built the awareness and now we're going to start dangling just enough out there to get subscribers and people to start paying for content, get those people to start coming in as well. And then lastly, once we've gotten to the year and beyond, we're still going to continue to do everything that we've done for the past 12 months. But now we can kind of go back and start looking at repurposing or reworking some of our existing content to make that work better for us. And that's in terms of both SEO, because we're updating older content with newer information, and Google loves fresh content. But then also to continue to demonstrate that we are the industry authority and that we stay on top of things. Because if you have outdated content on the site and potential customers come along or existing customers come along and they see that, they're going to start to wonder like, hey, are you still on top of things or what? This can also be a time when we start looking more into thought leadership content. And this is going to further establish your brand and the leadership of your brand, as the industry leader, as thought leaders. And this can go a long way in supporting your branding as well. And really, by this point, after a year, we will have established consistency in our processes and things like that. But we're always going to continue to monitor to make sure that if changes are required, that we can go ahead and implement those quickly and get the ball rolling on the next step. But really, again, it all comes down to the needs of your customers and the needs of your brand. And so that's where having a conversation and, really sitting down and kind of going over what it is that you're looking to get out of content marketing is going to come in handy. So get in touch with me, Andrew, at charlottecontentmarketing.com. You can also give me a call, 256-288-7511, or you can find us on socials, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all that good stuff. And of course, you can read more about what we do and what we're all about at charlottecontentmarketing.com. So thank you so much again for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one.